Alright everyone, we got a little video today. Gonna be talking about NOS. Over here I have my 2009 Mitsubishi Lancer. And you know, it's a 2.4 liter, makes about 170 horsepower stock. I've added a few things on there, got it up to about 180, you know. Fun car to drive, I love it. But I just wanted a little bit more, so I went ahead and installed this. Don't question my assortment of microfiber towels, but nonetheless, this baby is where it all goes down. So over here you're looking at a 10-pound bottle of NOS, which means that it holds 10 pounds down here. Over here we have the a little valve that lets NOS into the line and pressurizes it. And this bottle is about 1200 psi when it's full, maybe about 900, 800 when it's getting a little low. So yeah, let's go take a little hike to under the hood. So you're going to have to pardon the messy wiring. I haven't finished sorting all of this out and organizing it yet. I just wanted to connect it all, you know. By the way, this isn't all for the NOS. I have a bunch of other stuff. So as we can see from there, the NOS comes down from under the car. I attached it to here for now. I just wanted a easy place to attach it to. And it comes to the NOS valve over here, nitrous. This is going to be controlled by a switch I have in my car, along with a switch under my gas pedal. And when I press it, I have two. I have this, and I have fuel, since this is a wet NOS kit. The wet part of the wet NOS kit means that we're going to be having fuel also coming through a valve, which you can follow down to my fuel line, which I had to tap into with a T down there. And for future notice, watch out when you're tapping into fuel lines, because the original fuel line on this car was hard plastic surrounded in rubber. So when we cut it, we were not able to fit it into the T. Anyways, so we ended up switching out the entire fuel hose to the fuel rail with a 100, I think it's 80 psi fuel line. So this solenoid and this solenoid are both going to meet each other over here, and this jet is going to be drilled after your MAF. So in other words, it's air filter, MAF, jet, throttle body on this setup that I have over here, and it is going to spray a mix of fuel and NOS. I would like to point out that this is a stock engine. It is not modified. It doesn't have forged internals. So I am running currently over here. There are two nozzles. I'm running a 35 shot, which is equivalent of an additional 35 horsepower. So when the tank is full, this car makes about 205 horsepower, 210 horsepower. So this is a NOS brand NOS kit. It's more formally known as the NOS Sniper. So just a few tips from experience that I would like to point out with this kit. It's mainly with leaks. So in the manuals, they recommend to use liquid Teflon, as you can see over there. We did use. We use it for the nitrous line, here and here. In the fuel side, we use liquid Teflon here and liquid Teflon here. And we used liquid Teflon on the T. However, when we went to go and start the car, this thing was leaking fuel everywhere, and it was very dangerous. The liquid Teflon was not suitable for the gasoline side of things. So we had that swapped out, and we put good old Teflon tape, which I will later swap out for yellow Teflon tape, because supposedly yellow Teflon tape does not break up as much as white Teflon tape. So let's talk about performance. what does the NOS actually do? Do you feel a difference? Is it worth it? How much did it cost? So, like I said, this is a 35 shot of NOS, and I have to say, at first I only got the bottle half full because the place ran out of NOS, but once it was full and I actually used it, it was actually crazy how much 35 horsepower does, you know? Now, unlike a turbo, it doesn't feel like a turbo kicks in. Well, with a 35 shot of NOS it doesn't, but you do actually feel a noticeable, it's very noticeable, a very noticeable power increase. You will literally feel yourself being pushed back in your seat a little bit more. So since this car actually has relatively short gears, it's quite a bit, it's pretty torquey, more than your average car, I would say. And this allows me to actually be able to use the NOS in second, third, and fourth. Fifth gear also if I wanted to, but then we're going a little fast there. I would not recommend in first gear because this car already gets enough wheel spin as it is in first gear if your pedal is to the floor. So now we gotta go in the car and talk about a few more things. So when you do find yourself in a situation where you're gonna be using NOS, usually you do not want to be using NOS under 3,000 RPM. And this is because there's not going to be enough airflow in your engine to be pulling the NOS and gasoline mixture through your engine. And over here, if we look, I installed a little switch cluster kind of thing. So if I wanted to use the NOS, I would have to flip this switch and lift this switch over here. And this little switch under my gas pedal, which acts as a throttle position sensor, would sense that my gas pedal is to the floor. And only when all of those three are satisfied, the NOS will activate. So, would I recommend getting NOS in your car? Well, you know what? If you don't want to put a turbo in your car, this is less expensive, but more expensive at the same time. You see, this kit, the whole kit is for a 4-cylinder kit. You can obviously buy 6-cylinder and 8-cylinder kits, but this kit was a 4-cylinder kit and costed me about, let's say about $700, $800 Canadian. So let's say $750 Canadian. And this is just for the kit. And actually this is a very high quality bottle. Yeah, so when you actually want to fill the NOS, that is also expensive. And over here where I live, I have a place that sells NOS at $9 a pound. So that's going to be costing you about $90 plus tax when you want to fill this tank. And just doing a little bit of quick math, rough estimations I would say. How long does this last? How long would a tank last with this 35 shot? I filled it up and I did a little test. And it turned out that it was about 7 applications of maybe 2 or 3 seconds. Uses about 1 pound. So you can just multiply that out. And you get about 70 applications for a full tank, but 2 pounds aren't usable. So you're looking at about maybe 50 or so applications for a tank. I would say 40 good noticeable applications, because once the tank does get low, it becomes a little bit less noticeable. But I am very happy with the NOS kit, and I would definitely recommend it to other people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction to NOS video I did on this Lancer. It's somewhat similar for all 4-cylinder models in the sense of the installation, power increase and everything, and what to look out for. And I hope you find this video helpful to guide you to your NOS purchase if you're looking for that. A main source of the inspiration for me to make this video was the lack of NOS videos that I was able to find on YouTube. So I just figured, you know what, make a video that I would want to see if I wanted to buy NOS. So you know what, if you guys want to see some actual video footage of performance difference, I can record like a before and after using NOS and not using NOS, straight lines, 0 to 60s, stuff like that. Leave a like, and add a nice little comment below saying you'd like to see that, and I'd be more than happy to make a video on that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.